The best diplomatic efforts of the Western powers could not stop Hitler's growing ambitions and only ignited his hunger for more conquests. Poland was invaded by the German army, and it is time for the United Kingdom to declare war on Germany and intervene. There is no solidarity in the ruling bodies, as many are still reluctant to enter the war for the sake of Poland. Yet, shrewd statesmen already see that there is no room left for the political negotiations. From now on, the only valid argument is military strength. You will take the role of Sir Harold Alexander, an experienced and talented British commander. Your task is to get the most out of every situation and lead the British troops to their ultimate victory, however far it may seem. His Majesty King George VI, the Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and the British people have put their trust and their hopes in you. Do not let them down, Sir Harold.
So much for our efforts to appease Hitler. It took those dreamers of the Parliament long enough to realize dictators only understand overwhelming power.
Well, my troops are ready and eager to drive the Germans back into Germany.
I wish the French were also ready. I've seen their frontline troops. They're more rabble than an army.
Still, we have more than enough forces to throw the Germans back into their barracks before Poland is overrun. The Siegfried Line won't stop us. It's both unfinished and undermanned.
Our politicians disagree. They declared war on Germany, but it seems like they expect Hitler to back off because of some harsh words.
I take it Prime Minister Chamberlain won't authorize an offensive operation?
He won't. I will get him to come around eventually, but we'll lose precious time while he dithers and dallies.
How much more time does he want? If the French and the British don't strike now, Poland is doomed. Along with their hopes of resolving this war quickly.
I'm telling you, the French are not ready to strike. And I won't risk our expeditionary force all by itself.
If the French aren't ready now, they won't be any more ready in a year. They'll learn to fight once they get into action. We must strike now when the German defenses are weak.
That is true, but I won't waste my men's lives. Brooke is right. We need a clear plan.
Finally, a measured opinion. The situation is anything but clear. Gentlemen, any ideas on how we tackle this operation? General Alexander, Prime Minister Chamberlain was against our involvement in the Saar offensive, but I managed to convince him this would show our solidarity with the French in our willingness to take decisive action. Your main task here will be to capture a lodgment for a continued offensive, capture the picket at the German border, and the city of Hornbach.
Understood, sir. We'll begin immediately.
General Alexander, our forward units report numerous minefields around enemy positions.
Would have been odd if there weren't. Tell the field commanders to keep their eyes peeled and send the sappers in if there's so much as a whiff of a mine ahead. We need those minefields cleared before we start maneuvering.
Recon unit reporting.
Your forces are comprised of both core and non-core units. Core unit strength indicator is green and round-shaped, and for non-core units it is yellow and hexagon-shaped. Non-core units are allocated for one mission only, while the core units will accompany you throughout the campaign. You will be able to level them up and provide them with new equipment. These units are the ones which should be under your primary protection. Ammunition and fuel icons next to unit strength will allow you to quickly get important information about it. If the unit is still able to move during the current turn, the canister icon will be green. If it can no longer move, the icon will be gray. Likewise, the ammunition icon shows whether the unit has attacked this turn. If the unit is low on ammunition or fuel, the corresponding icon is yellow. It becomes red once the unit has run out of it completely. Infantry is good for assaulting the enemy positions after the artillery and air bombardment. It is also the best unit for storming cities, mountains, forests, and well-entrenched positions. A well-entrenched infantry is a tough target for the enemy assault.
Giving it all we've got.
Fighter planes are vital for gaining air superiority. Keep your fighters close to allied aircraft you want to protect, and they will provide fire support. Fighters are able to attack ground targets, although with low efficiency. They can use the Overwatch breakthrough skill to counter enemy anti-aircraft fire and clear the way for tactical bombers.
Bombs away!
Tanks are ideal for a rapid offensive in open terrain. However, they are vulnerable in close quarters to the infantry units in difficult terrain, such as cities, mountains, forests, swamps, shallows, and well-entrenched infantry units.
Target in sight.
This unit has heavy equipment. Units with heavy equipment cannot move if they do not have ground transport. Additionally, they cannot board air transport and can only disembark from naval transport at a seaport.
Prepare to die.
Any orders for us? In a jiffy?
Reconnaissance is extremely important. You have captured
General Alexander, I am sending you more reinforcements as we speak. The Matilda II heavy tanks, among others. Try to keep them where they can maneuver, and no enemy weapon will pierce their armor.
Greetings, General Alexander. An MI6 agent contacted me recently and mentioned that a shipment of machine guns has just been transferred to a warehouse in Walsheim. I believe a small detour is now in order.
According to the plan, Walsheim is to be captured by the French. But then, if we're in a position to get there first, what's the harm? One cannot tell these German names from each other. Mistakes are bound to be made. Thank you, General Menzies. Got a job for a tank? Be there in a jiffy.
Beware the fire support of the enemy artillery if you attack enemy troops with an artillery unit nearby.
Got a job for a tank? Be there in a jiffy.
Tactical bombers are flying artillery and a great tool for wreaking havoc on any enemy troops, although you have to be careful of the anti-aircraft units Overwatch and fire support. It is better to scout the enemy positions before sending in bombers. Do not leave your tactical bombers without protection. Remember, they are a prime target for enemy fighter planes.
heading out.
Fighter squadron is here.
Tank ready for action. Ready to flatten some fools. Moving to coordinates.
Anti-tank artillery is effective against tanks and other hard targets. Your best tactic when using anti-tank artillery is to position it next to your other forces to provide them with fire support versus attacks from enemy tanks.
We'll be there.
Flak cannon ready for duty. Orders clear.
Artillery is the basis of the firepower of your forces. It can weaken enemy fortifications to allow your troops to attack without heavy losses. It is also good for defense, as it provides fire support to the ground units within its range. However, its main strength is its long firing range, which allows you to destroy the enemy troops from afar. Remember though, artillery is vulnerable to aircraft attacks and in close combat, so it needs to be protected.
The Royal Air Force is here.
Damage is indicated with the numbers above the unit being attacked. In ground aircraft units, there are two types of damage, lethal and non-lethal. Both lethal and non-lethal damage decrease the unit's strength. However, non-lethal damage at the same time increases the number of units damaged, which can later be restored. Naval units always receive only lethal damage. However, they have multiple ship parts with their corresponding HP, thus damage against them is split. Ship parts except the hull are repaired over time by ship maintenance. Hull HP cannot be restored in any way during the operation.
Guarding the Empire.
An anti-aircraft unit is a powerful and versatile weapon. Its main purpose is to protect your forces from enemy aircraft by overwatch, fire support, and direct attack of the enemy. However, it can also effectively combat ground units. Large caliber anti-aircraft artillery is a good weapon for destroying enemy tanks.
We're rolling!
Anti-aircraft gun standing by. I have a bad feeling about this.
Your unit has been withdrawn from a supply zone. The delivery of supplies to the unit has been stopped. The supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the unit is selected.
Standing by.
Ready to put the fear of God in them. Got a job for a tank? At full speed. Target in sight. Got a clear shot.
This unit has run out of ammunition. Move it within the supply zone to resupply it. Supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the unit is selected.
Locked and loaded.
Nobody will stay hidden for long. On all cylinders. Target acquired. Target eliminated. Strategic location captured.
Locked and loaded. We're rolling. Got a job for a tank? Hit him!
Be careful when you send your tanks into city, mountain, and forest terrain. If they run into enemy infantry, any skirmish will likely result in heavy losses due to close quarters.
His Majesty's own disappointment. Infantry on the move.
Loaded to the brim. Bombs away.
Royal fighters standing by. Coordinates received.
Tank ready for action. Making tracks.
Tommies are here. Infantry on the move.
Loaded to the brim. Loaded to the brim.
This target has the fire support of enemy fighter planes. It is costly to attack any enemy plane next to an enemy fighter.
We'll blow them to kingdom come.
Form up, form up.
On our last bombs. Received. Heading there now.
Got a job for a tank?
His Majesty's finest. Watching out for bogeys.
You have selected an entrenched unit. When a ground unit finishes its turn while still being able to move, it gains 1 level of entrenchment. The unit can have up to 6.
His Majesty's forces are now in control of the German border outposts. I have to say the Germans don't seem too eager to resist. Most of their forces are still in the rear.
I don't like this. Keep your wits about you. There must be a reason the Germans are stalling. I'm sure they have a cunning plan. They should, for their own sake. Now, you must capture the airfield in Brightfort. Do this, and we'll be able to reinforce you with some aviation.
Understood, sir. We're on the move.
On our last bombs.
Stand by for a bumpy ride.
You attack the heavily armored unit. These units with the heavy armor skill cannot be damaged by ground or naval units with less than 10 base heart attack. Bonuses do not count. Heavily armored units are great for breaking through the enemy's defenses, once all the powerful guns are taken out. Note that the infantry can damage the heavily armored units, but only in close quarters. In other words, only in difficult terrain.
Burn and fuel fast!
Keeping the sky clear. Alright, moving.
We'll get it done. Coordinates received. Guarding the Empire.
Coordinates received.
A soldering life for me. There in a minute. His Majesty's own disappointment. Onwards.
On our last bombs. On our last bombs. Recon unit reporting. Fire! On our last bombs! Dropping the payload.
Your aircraft are out of ammunition. In order to rearm, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within supply zone. Carrier-based aircraft can use carriers as an airfield.
Strafing.
Nobody will stay hidden for long. Fire!
We'll get it done. Good kill.
A soldering life for me. Infantry on the move.
All city, forest, and mountain terrain offer much better protection from enemy attacks. Right-click an empty hexagon to learn more about its terrain.
Trust in God, the King, and proper gun maintenance.
Loaded for bear. Without delay.
Keeping the sky clear. Orders clear.
Need a new payload.
Royal fighters standing by.
For the Empire! Target in sight. Tank squadron reporting. Got a clear shot. You can't outrun this tank, mate. Key point secured. Ready to flatten some fools. Making tracks.
We bring the firepower.
Sounds like a plan. Anybody call for big boomers? On it, Commander.
Infantry awaiting orders. Where do you need us? Double file, boys.
Fuel tanks are almost empty. If the unit is within the supply zone, fuel will be resupplied at the end of turn.
I'll be damned. The French have taken Walsheim before us.
By Jove, Bernard, what were you thinking? Losing a race to the French.
Royal fighters standing by.
Need a new payload. Recon unit reporting. It's ours now.
Our aircraft can now use this airfield.
We took the Brightford airfield, General Brooke.
Splendid. The reinforcements are on their way. As promised, I have dispatched some aviation to strengthen your troops. Your next target is to approach the Siegfried Line by capturing the key points close to it. The cities of Rubenheim, Mandelbachtal, Ormesheim, and Hallberg.
Hit and run.
We'll get it done. Open fire! Got a job for a tank? Hit him! Got a job for a tank? Got a clear shot. Deader than a doornail. We'll hold this for you. Open.
The unit has just triggered an overrun skill. Every time a unit with an overrun skill defeats an enemy unit, it gains the ability to move and attack again.
We're on the move again.
Standing by. Very well, we're moving.
Anybody knows our survival chances?
Come and get one in the orbals! Changing positions. Royal Artillery awaiting orders. Open fire!
British infantry reporting. Where do you need us? Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. His Majesty's own disappointment. Open fire! That one won't be getting up. Captured for king and country. There's no outmaneuvering us. Strafing.
Your aircraft is running out of fuel. In order to refuel, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within a supply zone. Carrier-based aviation can use carriers as an airfield.
There's no outmaneuvering us. On our way to the coordinates. Beginning the attack run.
Need a new payload. Orders confirmed. Keep calm and bomb the bad guy. Be there soon. Tactical bomber standing by. Rain fire.
Watch out, it's anti-aircraft overwatch fire. It is costly to attack the enemy positions protected by anti-aircraft units. Try making a preliminary attack on the enemy anti-aircraft units to disable their overwatch ability before sending any aircraft squadrons to engage them.
General Alexander, the Germans are counterattacking. Looks like they've found their fighting spirit at last. Requesting permission to break some teeth.
Make it so, Montgomery. Remind the Germans of the fear we put in their grandfathers back in 1918.
Most of the minefields have been cleared, General.
Good work. Credit to our sappers.